Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dragonball AG here. So I've had a small break from making Dokkan videos to deal with some personal stuff, but I'm back with a new series called The Missing Characters of Dokkan. As someone who has played Dokkan for the past 4 years, I find it a little bit annoying we continuously get reprints of the same characters. I get a lot of reprints since, some of the big characters make Bandai a lot of money, from like Gogeta and Vegito and all the other hype characters, but it would be good to see them do Dokkan festivals for some of the other characters that haven't been released on Dokkan yet. So this series is going to be looking at characters that have yet to make an appearance in Dokkan. Although I'm going to exclude characters from Heroes since these cards are mainly fan service and they're going to arrive anyway, as we're going to probably get more Heroes content based on some of the Japanese surveys that we've had in Dokkan recently. And so the first episode I'm going to look at in this new series is look at Garlic Jr., who's the only main villain from Dragon Ball Z not to have a unit in the game. Not to mention, Garlic Jr. has his own Dragon Ball Z movie. So let's have a look at what Garlic Jr. would look like in Dokkan. To get on with the rest of the video, I want to give a shout out to Agent Polapingu for giving me this awesome thumbnail. Very much appreciate it. If you like his work, you can please check him out over at Agent Polapingu over on Instagram and at MarletJavin on Twitter. Hopefully he can hook you guys up with some awesome thumbnails, backgrounds and overlays. I will leave a link to his Twitter and Instagram in the description below, so please check him out. Anyways, back to the video. So guys, this is my take on what I think Garlic Jr. would be like. So for a leader skill, you would introduce a brand new category in the Garlic Jr. category, which would give Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 177%. Reason for the plus attack plus 177% across all stats is just because, like the Representatives of Universe 7 category, I think it's going to be quite a small category in the potential pool of characters that could be on here. So I feel like they should get a benefit if you're going to run this team of getting quite a big leader skill buff. And then alternatively, since he's the very first movie boss in Dragon Ball Z, in Dragon Ball Z Movie 1, the Dead Zone, he should be the movie's boss. His category, Ki +4, HP attack and defense plus 150%. Reason for giving Ki +4 just because what they did recently with the LR Majin Buu, where they gave him Ki +4. So I think that makes it easier to get super attacks because villains don't tend to link as well in terms of Ki support as heroes do. And then for the super attack, we're just going to raise defense for 3 turns and causes immense damage. So fairly standard for a super attack across all this. His passive skill, which I'm calling the Makio Star, because that's the English dub name for the sort of the star thing that gives their powers and allows them to open up the dead zone. You got attack and defense plus 100%. Just kind of currently in the meta, that seems like an okay starting point for your attack and defense. There's a medium chance to dodge because quite often when he's facing off against Piccolo and Gohan in this sort of base state before he transforms, he's very good at dodging and not really taking too much damage from either of them. And then he's going to have recovers 5% HP at the end of the turn if attacked. So if you're actually able to hit him, he'll recover 5% HP at the end of the attack. That's what that's planned on doing. The reason for that is because in Dragon Ball Z Movie 1 he does get his wish of immortality by wishing with the dragon, and hence why they have to knock him into the dead zone. Oh, sorry, spoiler alerts if you haven't seen the film, but they end up having to knock him into the dead zone to seal him away rather than actually kill him because he is immortal. So because he's got immortality as a part of his character, I thought he would be similar to Zamasu. He should recover HP at the end of attack. So we have the transformation into his transform form, which I'll show you in the next we finish going through this card. And then he's going to transform after 5 turns and if HP is less than 80%. And then he's got Big Bad Boss. He's got link skills are Big Bad Bosses, which is standard because he is a big bad boss. He's the main villain in the Garlic Jr. saga and he's the main villain of Dragon Ball Z Movie 1. So that makes sense. Brainiacs, because he does do a lot of plotting using the Blackwater Mist in the Garlic Jr. saga to try and take over the world and enslaving. So I think he's deserving of the title Brainiacs. Hatreds of Saiyans, yep, because he has a real hatred of Goku and Gohan from movie 1. He's got Brutal Beatdown because his attacks are pretty brutal. Demonic Power because I believe he is a demon based on the Japanese translations. So therefore you should also have demonic ways. And then Fierce Battle because he's going to be a summonable unit and almost all summonable units have Fierce Battle. Then categories would be Garlic Jr. Saga, the brand new category. He'll also be on movie bosses, which makes sense. Put him on the full power category as well. Transformation boost because he can transform, and he'd also be on Inhuman Deeds. And then in his transform state, again his leader skill would remain unchanged, so you get Garlic Jr. Saga category Ki +3, HP and attack and defense plus 177%, or Movie Bosses category Ki +4, HP and attack and defense plus 150%. And then we will raise defense for 3 turns and causes immense damage. The super attack's not really changing. His passive skill will change to being called Immortality. So he starts off with attack and defense plus 100% as he did in his original form. Then he can reduce damage received by 40% and recovers 3% HP for each attack received, which means he'd really be good if you want to put him in a slot, you know, where you get multiple attacks and you need to recover health. So he could tank the damage and then he can still recover 3% of health every time he's getting attacked. So, you know, sometimes you can see up to like 5 or 7 attacks in some of these more difficult events, especially the things like Infinite Dragon Ball History or the Legendary Goku event. Towards the end of the stages, they can attack, you know, a lot of times in these end slots. So I think he'd be really good for trying to recover health if you put him there. And then he gets attack plus 10% each turn. So when we're back on rotation, so for longer events he can hit up to 150% attacking damage. I think that makes him really strong. And then he's got an active skill which I'm calling the Dead Zone. So I think this is where this could be quite an original kind of active skill. So because of the way the Dead Zone works and the fact that he just basically opens it up and no one can really attack or penetrate everything, because everything gets sucked into a vortex, I think what this will end up doing is, I'm saying I want to try and replicate a Ghost Usher effect. So I'm saying the active skill should be can be activated once health is reduced to less than 50%. Opponent's attacks are delayed for 1 turn once only. So this to me would be like basically adding a Ghost Usher as an active skill for this Garlic Jr. So you can activate it and automatically then your opponent's attacks will be delayed till the next turn. That's the way I would actually see this working, just exactly like a Ghost Usher would be. Then for the Link skills, I think we have Big Bad Bosses, then we have Brainiacs, then we have the Hatred of Saiyans, Brutal, Beatdown, Demonic Power, and Demonic Ways and Fierce Battle. So exactly the same as what it was before the transformation, that wouldn't change. And again, these categories are the exact same as well before the transformation. So now let's have a look at the card that I think we'll be getting as long as the non-Dokkan Fest new unit that would come along with this card if they were to put it on a Dokkan Fest. And that would be a joined character of Spice and Vinegar, because in the sort of Garlic Jr. saga, he used to pretty much fight Gohan and Krillin at the exact same time, and as well as Beetle Piccolo as well, together as a pair. So they would be the baby leader for the Garlic Jr. saga. So it'd be Garlic Jr. saga category Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 120%. Their super attack would do the same as Garlic Jr., raises defense for 3 turns and causes immense damage. Passive skill, which I'm calling Disciple because they're disciples of Garlic Jr. The attack and defense plus 80%, and then an additional attack and defense plus 40% if another Garlic Jr. category card is on the same rotation. So that make it, along with the leader skill of running the Garlic Jr., you probably really want to run this team, these guys on a Garlic Jr. saga team to get the maximum benefit of them. So that kind of encourages you to run this team. And then they would transform after 3 turns and if HP is less than 80%. So then we've got their Link skills would be Hatred of Saiyans, Brutal Beatdown, Demonic Power, Demonic Ways, and we'd also still give them Fierce Battle as well. Although, to be fair, if they're not the Dokkan Fest card, they could maybe have like Shattering the Limit instead, which might be more beneficial for key purposes. And then the categories would be Garlic Jr. Saga, Full Power, Transformation Boost, and Human Deeds. So pretty much the exact same there as Garlic Jr. itself. And then this would be the transform state. Ignore the picture. The picture here wouldn't have Garlic Jr. necessarily in the background. I think we'd cut that out, but I'm not really good at doing any own fan art, so I kind of just went and looked for clips from the anime that sort of best suggested what the art could be like. So again, the leader skill would be unchanged here, and the super attack would still be the exact same as it was before they transformed, but then after the transformation we're going to call this passive skill Makio Star now, as in because they're getting boosted by the Makio Star, which causes them to transform. And then the attack and defense is plus 100%, additional attack and defense plus 50% if another Garlic Jr. card is on the same rotation. So they just got the exact same passive skill, but it's a bit stronger once they're actually transformed. And then the link skills and the categories that they belong on are the exact same. So the next unit I was thinking about this would be more like a free-to-play unit that would come along as the part of the story event. So this unit would be Salt. And the reason why I'm using him as a free-to-play unit is because he doesn't get the transformation because he gets killed by Gohan beforehand. So I think Salt would be a really kind of a free-to-play Garlic Jr. Saga category leader, as in he'd be Garlic Jr. Saga category Ki plus 3 HP attack and defense plus 60%. So Salt's super attack would be medium chance to stun opponent, causes supreme damage, and then he has a partner super attack as well if he's linked with the unit name Mustard, which gives him an attack plus 40% and then gives him a high chance to stun. Now the reason why I'm saying he should have a partner attack with Mustard is because they do use combo attacks in the actual fight scene with Gohan, I believe. So that's why I'm thinking he could get a cool special partner attack. I'm obviously not quite sure what they could do as a design, but I feel like this unit would work. And I think considering partner attacks are new to the game, any sort of new kind of celebrations upcoming, we'll probably start seeing more partner super attacks going forward anyway. And then for the passive skill, I'm calling it the Spice Boys, and then it's attack and defense plus 60%, and additional attack and defense plus 40% if Mustard is on the same rotation. So therefore he's getting like an attack and defense of plus up to 100% if you're running him with Mustard, not to mention the fact he's also getting an attack boost of plus 40% from running it with Mustard. So you kind of want to keep them as a pair, and you've increased your chance to stun as well if you've got Mustard on the same rotation. His link skills would be Garlic Jr. Saga category, Hatred of Saiyans, Brutal Beatdown, Demonic Powers, Demonic Ways, and Shattering the Limit. And his categories would be Garlic Jr. Saga, Full Power, Transformation Boost, and Inhuman Deeds. So Mustard is the sort of another free-to-play card you want to run as the run alongside Salt in order to activate the unit super attack. And he would have a leader skill of Extreme Physical Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 70%. I think I meant to actually put HP attack and defense plus 70%. Sorry about that, guys. And then raises defense and causes supreme damage. And the passive skill would just be Go Spice. And it's attack and defense plus 60%, attack and defense plus 5% for each Garlic Jr. Saga character on the team. So again, this sort of, to get the maximum benefit of this card, you want to run him on a full Garlic Jr. team. And I kind of feel like, that would be, if you release this card, that would be the team you'd want to run ultimately as a Garlic Jr. Saga team. Although you could run some movie bosses with Garlic Jr. being your leader skill as well to make a slightly more optimal team. Then you've got the Garlic Jr. Saga as his link skills. For his link skills, you've got Garlic Jr. again, Hatred of Saiyans, Brutal Beatdown, Demonic Power, and Demonic Ways. And then for the category, you've got Garlic Jr., Full Power, and Inhuman Deeds. Next card is Nikki, Ginger, and Sancho, and these are like the three sort of mini kind of bosses that take place as part of Garlic Jr.'s cronies in the first Dragon Ball Z movie Dead Zone. So I think these would be another free-to-play card that would come along with the Dragon Ball Z movie 1 story event, or the Dead Zone movie story event. So because they're kind of like three mini bosses, because they have fights with Goku and Piccolo in the run up to the final fight with Garlic Jr., I think they should be movies bosses. Category Ki plus 4, HP, attack and defense plus 50% as the leader skill. Their super attack would raise defense for 3 turns and cause supreme damage. The passive skill would be attack and defense plus 50%, an additional attack and defense plus 40%. If another movie bosses category card is on the same rotation, the link skills would be pretty much the same as the other units we have here. So it would be Garlic Jr., Hatred of Saiyans, Brutal Beatdown, Demonic Power, Demonic Ways, and Shattering the Limits, since it's free to play. And then for the categories, we'd have Garlic Jr. Saga, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Inhuman Deeds, Joined Forces because it's a trio card, and we'd have movie bosses as well. Well, kind of my thoughts on what festival could be and some of the units that come along with a Garlic Jr. event. So we'd obviously have 2 story events which would give us some free to play cards, and we'd have Garlic Jr. plus Spice and Vinegar, the brand new units on the Dokkan Festival event. If you guys liked the video, if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also please